Welcome, hunters. So Casey Nolan from Mindseed TV, one of the largest paranormal channels on YouTube, just dropped a very interesting and telling video regarding his experiences as a paranormal investigator. If you're interested in paranormal content on YouTube, you should check out this video. Let me share it with you in just a sec. Welcome back, hunters. First of all, let me thank all the subscribers for taking the time out of your busy lives to watch my video. It's greatly appreciated. And if you're not subscribed and you're watching the video and you enjoy the content, please consider subscribing, commenting, sharing with your friends. Thank you very much. With that out of the way, let's jump into the content of today's video. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. Mindseed TV. Very large channel, paranormal channel. It's got about 1.8 million subscribers. I think they started in 2015, 2016 when it came to my attention because I think Casey Nolan, the creator, was a local guy from South Florida. He was working with two other gentlemen, and I'll show you those gentlemen. The first gentleman was Tanner McBride, and there was also the other gentleman's name was Colton Cato. Now, if I'm mispronouncing that, Mr. Colton, forgive me. I did not intend to butcher your name. So these three gentlemen were working together with Mr. Casey. This is the website, the YouTube channel, excuse me, rather. It's Mindseed TV, 1.83 million subscribers, 678 videos. So very successful, very large channel. Now, the video that he dropped came to my attention basically through recommendations, like a lot of things. But I do keep my eye on YouTube to see if there's any controversies going on in the paranormal world. That's how this kind of came to my attention. It was recommended, and I also noticed, I was like, oh, I wonder what the controversy is. But then I thought to myself, you know what? I remember Mindseed TV. Mr. Casey's kind of been by himself, and he's changed his content up a little bit. So I wonder if that's what this is about. So what this video is called, It's Time to Address the Rumors, My One and Only Response. Now, this is just Mr. Casey Nolan sitting in front of the camera, what a small ring light looks like, and he addresses the rumor. Now, I wasn't certain of the rumors, but I was certain that the content on the channel had changed because, again, I've mentioned their channel in the past. In my videos, it was very creepy, very scary, very unique, the way I think they edited and they did their investigations. The lighting was always super creepy. I think I mentioned that as well. But I did notice that the content on the channel had changed. So I was assuming when I saw this, it caught my attention. It was recommended, but it caught my attention because we all get lots of stuff recommended by YouTube. So, but this caught my attention because he said the time to address the rumors. So I'm like, well, what if that has anything to do with the different content I've been seeing for Mindseed TV? And it did. It also tied into one of the videos I had made a few months back called How Much Does It Cost to Be a YouTube Ghost Hunter? So this video and him setting the record straight of where his channel is and what his experiences were as a paranormal investigator, he also, at the same time, he basically confirmed my assumptions about the cost of what these professional YouTubers go through to make their content. So I'm going to try not to leave anything out here because of copyright. I'm not going to, of course, sit here and play the video from Mr. Casey. I would like for you to watch it yourself because nobody can make his points better than Mr. Casey Nolan himself. So, but I will give you an overview of what he was saying because, again, it does a couple things. One, it kind of validates my video and what I was assuming was the cost for these professional YouTubers.
Cash only.
And then it touches on the toll it takes on these guys emotionally, spiritually, physically, the whole gamut. I'm gonna start at the beginning. In the video, he starts by basically saying that he's all by himself now and that Mr. Colton is off doing his own thing. Tanner, I guess, has been gone for a while, and that he's going into the personal toll that it takes on the relationships and his family life and all the other things because he's constantly exposed in creating this content and this darkness and bad in these bad locations, and just the spiritual, physical, and emotional toll it takes on them traveling and always being exposed to this darkness. Now, I know that firsthand because I've told, I don't know if I've ever said it on the channel, but I've told my friends and my companions that when I get done with a 2 or 3 day shoot, I feel drained. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that. I think I have. So I can kind of relate to that. But I'm not a professional. I've barely dipped my toes into the paranormal world compared to these guys. These guys are professionals.
Amateur or professional?
Professional.
So they do this every day. They make a living doing it, so they're committed to it, dedicated. So that's one of the first things he does. And then he goes into, he's experimenting with new content. We're going to get back to that in a moment. He's experimenting with new content. And he's also talking about the costs involved with doing paranormal investigations and travel. The number he throws out for how much it costs him to do one season of content is $150,000. That's astronomical. He has to pay for accommodations, travel, the haunted location. He has to pay his staff, food, whole 9 yards. And then he takes that money, of course, that he's making from the revenue from the channel, and he's rolling it back into the channel, which is commendable because he's dedicated, committed to making high-end content. So he's taking that money and spending it on the channel, which is obvious because he's very successful. He's investing in the channel, so that's why he's got 2 million subscribers. So that's the first thing. He talks about how much it's actually costing him to do this content, to travel and be away from home, and the emotional and physical toll that it takes. Secondly, he's talking about the new content he's making, and that he's actually bringing in more subscribers from a new variety of content than he did with the seasons for Hunting Purgatory, which was, I think, the name of their seasons, called Hunting Purgatory. So he's experimenting with new content. He's actually getting more subscribers than he is from the old content where he was out exposing himself to this darkness and traveling and having to spend all this money. He's doing this in studio. So, and he's actually pulling in more subscribers, which I thought was pretty interesting.
Surprise!
So, and of course he has his loyals. He wants to be loyal to the people who started the channel with paranormal content. But again, as a content creator and a human being, that he has to be successful. He has to get more subscribers. He has to be mindful of his health, the whole 9 yards. So he outlines all this stuff, and just hearing it from a professional. Now, again, I know the cost of equipment. I know what it costs for a hotel. I'm assuming they didn't get any discounts or breaks. I said that in my video for the haunted locations, because these places are very well known. They don't need advertising. And yes, he validated that. He's paying $3,000 sometimes to spend the night in some of these haunted locations. Please forgive the neighbor's dog for barking. It carries on all day. But he does validate the point that I was making, that they probably do not get discounts, because they don't get any discounts. So when they go in, they bring 3 or 4 people to film, whatever their staff is. They've got to feed them, make sure they have a place to stay overnight, or how many ever nights they're there, and they have to pay $3,000 to bring them into these haunted locations. So I thought that was good confirmation of my video and what the point I was trying to make. Now, my video, just for a moment, my biggest point was all the criticism that these professional YouTubers get about their content being fake. Now, I'm going to leave it at this. I don't think any of us, I've said this before, watch these videos or this content to confirm or deny our belief in the afterlife. I think the majority of us watch it for entertainment. They're obviously very successful on Mindseed TV because they have 2 million subscribers. So I'm going to leave it at that. Now, I'm sure their channel has had controversy about their content, whether it's real or fake. Doesn't really matter to me. That's not relevant to the conversation today. So I digress. So then he's trying to strike a balance between new content, new subscribers, and recharging and resting, and being and looking after his loyal Patreons and his members who like just solely paranormal content. So I'm sure that's a very, very hard balancing act. I couldn't even imagine feeling that conflict, that conflict between wanting to move on and expand, and then wanting to be loyal to your Patreons and the beginner and the subscribers that helped you begin and grow. I'm sure that's a dismal place to be.
That's the price.
But I do understand realistically that if you're getting more subscribers from a variety of content, you need to move in that direction and still maybe do some paranormal occasionally. Now, whether he's going to do season 6 or not, I think that's the big controversy, is why in the rumors is that he's not doing any paranormal stuff. It's because I think he's just taking a break to rest. Well, I don't think that. I know that because he says it in the video. So again, I would suggest that you watch it for yourself instead of just listening to my overview, because I may miss some points, something relevant that's very relevant to him or important to him that I forget to mention. But anyway, so he, moving on as a creator, wants to build the channel. He's got to get subscribers. So he's getting more subscribers doing varied content than he is just doing paranormal. But then he's conflicted because he wants to make his original subscribers happy. So I understand all that. So I get that. But that's a tough place to be. I just thought it would be great for anyone who's interested in paranormal content on YouTube to watch these people. They're going out and they're in the dark.
I'm so afraid of the dark, too.
They're in these very haunted locations, just so you're aware of the toll that it takes on their body. Now, I can't speak to it like they can because they're professionals, because like I said, I barely dip my toe into this, and I do it part-time. I don't make a living doing it, and I don't have to expose myself to it. If I feel like I don't want to go be in a creepy cemetery, I don't go, because I don't have to make a living. But I can only imagine what it's like to feel like you have to go to these dark places all the time to make your subscribers happy, to feed your family, all that. It's got to be a terrible place to be.
I'm stressing out.
So he makes these points very, very bluntly and very matter-of-factly. I like the way he approaches it. He doesn't pull any punches. He just kind of says, hey, this is what I'm faced with. This is what I'm trying to accomplish. So I think what I want to leave everyone with in this video is, A, I thought it was good that I got a professional to validate my point about what it costs financially. There's also a cost that I didn't even mention in my video, the spiritual cost, the emotional cost, and the physical cost that they have to pay for this sort of content. So as they move forward and they evolve in their content and their careers, I would urge everyone just to give these creators a chance and see what they can create. If it's not all paranormal, that's probably not going to be all bad, because Mindseed TV came from Casey Nolan's mind. He created it from nothing. So who knows, given the opportunity, what he could create next. So I say give him the chance. Stay with him. See what he's going to create. Give it a chance. And then if he evolves and it just turns into something that you just don't feel like you want to support, so be it. But I think if they want a moment to rest and relax and recharge, I think they should do it. Also, one of the major points before I forget, before I finish the video, he said he comes home after an episode, after traveling, putting himself through all this travel, the exposure to these dark places, bad things. He does 60 hours of editing for the season or the episode. I'm not sure which one it was. I don't remember now. But then he publishes the season, and half of the season is demonetized by YouTube. I can't imagine anything more crushing than that.
No, we are done here.
To go through all that, reinvest $150,000. I hope I mentioned this. He said it cost him $150,000 to do one season. Can you imagine investing $150,000, reinvesting so you can create high-end content, paranormal content, and then you come home, you do all the editing from your travels for the new season, and then you get demonetized because of words, adult words, normal words like murder, death, die, stuff like that, just regular adult stuff. If you have an adult, if it's not child content, then you should be able to say words, adult words, without being penalized. But I guess that's what's happening to some of these full-time creators. So he comes, publishes it, he gets demonetized after spending 150 grand for the season. That has got to be crushing. So again, I urge you, stay with these guys, see what they create, see what they come up with, watch them evolve. I'm sure he's going to go back and do season 6. I'd be willing to bet he'll put it together, do some more paranormal stuff, But stay with him, support him, give him a chance to rest, relax, and don't let people, and when people focus so much on whether it's fake or real or any of that stuff, again, I said I wasn't going to repeat it, but I am. I don't watch this content to confirm or deny my belief in the afterlife. So if it's entertaining, I watch it, I support it if I like it, and give these guys a chance to rest, recharge, support them, see what they can create. And at the end of that process, if it's something you just absolutely can't support, then so be it, move on to something else. There's plenty of other content out there. All right, hunters, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you very much for listening to what I have to say about the subject. Again, I urge you, I'm going to show you one more time. This is the video right here. It's time to address the rumors. Please go check it out. What he has to say is very enlightening for anyone who likes to watch paranormal content, because I'm sure a lot of what he says applies to a lot of these professional full-time creators on YouTube. So please go check it out. Thank you so very much for sticking with me this long. Listen to what I have to say, and support your creators. Support them, stay with them, give them a chance. All right, guys, God bless you all, and be good to each other. Take care of each other, and I will see you on the next one.